Hey, this is Matt once again. Welcome back to another video. This is another paid request, this time for Vonte. Thank you so much for that. And for those interested in requesting any type of videos or topics, reactions, commentaries, whatever, feel free to send it either directly to my PayPal or join my Patreon. Both links are down below in the info box. And this is for Vonte wanting me to do a commentary on this movie, which the only reason I have this is because really, this is back when I was collecting DVDs and wanted to have a collection, and now I just don't care. But just glad I didn't sell that, because then I could just watch it here and do this commentary. But oh well. So I'm pause at the beginning. 3, 2, 1, pressing play. This film sucks. I can't even say this is the worst Exorcist. The worst Exorcist. Yeah, the worst Exorcist film would be the new Unbeliever. I'd be rather watching this one because this is bad, but at least it's kind of funny bad. The new one is just boring and bad. Now, here's the thing that I've said before. I'm not even a fan of the first one. I can respect it. I get what it was going for. It's not a bad movie. It's just I'm not a fan of it. And another guy, Sean, nice guy, wanted me to have me do a commentary on that. Thank you for that if you're watching this. Yes, I would say that's better than this movie, but my favorite, the one I only like, is the third one. The third Exorcist film, Part 3, with George C. Scott and Brad Dourif. That's the one I like. That's the one I enjoy. I enjoy the rapport between Brad Dourif and George C. Scott. The visual storytelling by William Peter Blatty, I thought it had some genuine creepy moments. The story I was more invested in. I just like that one. This one, Ennio Morricone's score, sometimes a bit too na 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 na, but at the same time, like the score in the trailer to Exorcist 2, if you watch the trailer, I will admit, because I watch a lot of movie trailer compilations, I've seen that trailer pop up a few times. I actually like that music now. Na na na. It's very weird, very different. The Ennio Morricone score is probably the best thing in this movie. And Richard Burton, he looks out of place. He's probably drunk half the time. Of course, back to Vonte, Father Marin there, and then we see him pop up later, and supposedly he didn't want to do it, but at the same time, it's kind of, forget the reasons as to why he did it. I guess he was like, hey, come on, it's a big studio movie, and it's a bit role. Linda Blair probably did, because after the first film, it's like, hey, there's going to be a big studio film, probably a big payday, recognizable. John Borman, this is a guy that, I don't know, by this time he had done Deliverance, which got a lot of recognition. But this just came off as completely fucking laughable of a movie. Completely laughable. But at least I can laugh at it compared to Believer, which is just boring and bland. So yeah, this came out the same year as Star Wars, 1977. I am the Lizard Queen. Just her face. I don't know why he thought. Yeah, Deliverance was 1972. After this, he did Excalibur, Not a bad film. The Emerald Forest, that's with Powers Booth. Queen and Country, Taylor of Panama. And there's Linda Blair, definitely a lot older. Yeah, and I guess I could look up the. I mean, some weird choices they have for this plot. Just weird choices they have for this. So she's in a psychiatric institute. Of course, I rise Louise Fletcher, who had. Didn't she win an Oscar for One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest? But playing a much, much, much nicer person here. I don't even think Louise Fletcher does a bad job given what she's given as a script. But the synchronizer, a biofeedback device used by two people to synchronize their brain waves. I don't know why they thought that was something that needed to happen. Why they thought they needed to be a thing. Part of me wonders if they got Louise Fletcher because if you have your glasses off, she seems like she's Ellen Burstyn. Of course, neither William Peter Blatty or William Friedkin want anything to do with this. According to the film's co-producer, it was considered as a relatively low-budget affair. We wanted to do what the sequel was to redo the first. Central figure, investigative priest, interview everyone involved with exorcism, then fade out to unused footage, unused angles from the first film. A low-budget rehash about $3 million. Cynical, I'll admit, but that was the start. William Goodhart wrote a screenplay trying to be a more metaphysical and intellectual approach. The battle between good and evil was centered on human consciousness, with the specific idea that within the framework of Catholic theology, human consciousness could be brought together as one through technology, although this has also resulted in conflict between those who saw good and evil. John Borman signed on, but then he had it rewritten. Linda Blair agreed to reprise her role, but refused to wear the demon makeup, so a double was used. Max von Sydow was persuaded by John Borman to reprise the role. He was reluctant. Ellen Burstyn flatly refused. William O'Malley was contacted to reprise his role as Father Dyer, but he was busy, could not take up the part. So then it was changed to Father Philip Labonte, the Richard Burton character. So, originally it was going to be Father Dyer. John Voight, David Carradine, Jack Nicholson, Christopher Walken were all considered. Then you got Richard Burton. Louise Fletcher's character was written to be a man, with Chris Sarandon from Child's Play and Fright Night later, and George Segal both considered. When it changed to female, Anne Margaret and Jane Fonda were under consideration, and Louise Fletcher had won an Oscar for One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, and she accepted the part. This had a budget of $11 million, but the film ultimately cost $14 million. Jesus. John Borman contracted a case of San Joaquin Valley fever, which canceled production for over a month. Footage being oversaturated, necessitating reshoots. Rapid deaths of locusts imported from England for the film's climactic scenes. The original film editor quitting the production. And stars Titty Wynn and Louise Fletcher both suffering from gallbladder infections. Linda Blair said in one interview that Pallenberg directed a lot of the film and did rewrites, and Palmer was credited as the second unit director and a creative associate. Interesting. Of course, it came out, made $30 million, turned a profit, disappointing compared to the film's first film's gross, and got horrendous reviews. William Friedkin recalled a story in which angry audience members at this film's showing were chasing Warner Bros. Executives down the street within the first 10 minutes of the screening. William Friedkin saw half an hour of the film. It's a stupid mess made by a dumb guy. John Borman by name, somebody who should be nameless, but in this case should be named Sturless, a horrible picture. The worst piece of crap I've ever seen, and a freaking disgrace. That film was made by a demented mind. So William freaking loved it. Gene Siskel said it was the worst major motion picture I've seen in almost 8 years on the job. Pauline Kael preferred Borman's sequel to the original. Had more visual magic than a dozen movies. Director Martin Scorsese said, "The picture asks, does great goodness bring upon itself great evil? In this sense, Radiant is a modern-day saint. I like the first Exorcist because of the Catholic guilt I have, and because it scared the hell out of me. But the Heretic surpasses it. Maybe John Borman failed to execute the material. The movie still deserved better than it got." In 2005, John Borman... So Martin Scorsese likes this film even more than the first? Wow. So there you go. We all have our different tastes. John Borman says 2005, it all comes down to audience expectations. The film that I made, I saw as a kind of... repose? I don't even know what that word means. To the ugliness and darkness of The Exorcist. I wanted a film about journeys that was positive, about good, essentially. Audiences in hindsight were right. I denied them what they were wanted. They were pissed off about it, quite rightly. I knew I wasn't giving them what they wanted. It was a really foolish choice. I have daughters. I don't want to make a film about torturing a child, which is how I saw the original film. That's not why people were mad. They were mad because it's laughable and they thought it was silly and goofy. With, like, out of the blue, Linda Blair has this weird, like, tap dancing outfit. Or out of the blue, James Earl Jones is wearing a big locust outfit. Or out of the blue, like, you have this synchronizer thing that just looks ridiculous. People staring at each other. Beow, 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 beow. That's what people were against. And Richard Burton, I don't know. I don't think he was the right choice for the role. I mean, Christopher Walken or Jack Nicholson would have been pretty interesting. Not saying it would have made the film better, but would have been interesting. I'll say that. I think at times people could feel this movie approaches the level of camp in certain ways. But, you know, do what you want and do what you will. What can I say? Sorry, I know I'm looking up information just to not be boring. And yeah, Richard Burton, like he had a lot of issues with drinking, had a lot of issues with alcoholism, and there are times you kind of look at him and certain performances, you go, okay, was he affected by alcoholism in this scene or that scene? What the fuck are they watching? There is no spoon, bend the spoon. I don't know this person on the right. And that's like a weird transition. Like they're both staring at the TV, then fade to black, and then where she's in the electric chair. I mean, it looks like she's getting ready to be electrocuted. But shock fever, shock treatment. But the synchronizer, like I would like to know what the decision was behind this thing, because this thing just comes off as ridiculous. I mean, at least different, more unique compared to Believer, that boring piece of shit David Gordon Green did. I'd rather watch this movie than that one. And maybe because I'm not a hardcore fan of The Exorcist, I'm like, this is one of the worst films ever. I don't know. I've seen Feeders and Feeders 2 and Neil Breen movies and Going Overboard and Date movie and Epic movie and uh, I mean, hell, Bram Stoker's Van Helsing, that was this year. That's fucking awful. I already forgot that movie existed until just now because I did a list of like my top 10 worst films of the year. Like, just spitball on Facebook, and I forgot that movie came out, so that's why it wasn't on the list because I forgot. I mean, was it this year? I have to double check. Or was it 2022? I gotta double check that now. But see, I don't know. I mean, this is at least is kind of funny and interesting in a bad way. Like, it's kind of ambitious. It was the wrong ambitions, but I mean, the whole finale with the locust and all the big, effects stuff going on. Like I said, I guess this is kind of a how do we showcase hypnotism, but try to do it on a more visual level. But it just again comes off as a bit silly and ridiculous. But I mean, the worst movie ever. You should see some of the movies I watch. You really should. I mean, I'll give you a whole fucking list. Go watch Razor Teeth. Go watch Hell's Highway, or the Legend of Var, whatever the fuck, Kingdom of Var. Go watch some of those fucking movies. You want to see the worst films ever. This is just. But again, I'm not even a big fan of the first one. The first was not a bad film. I just not a fan. The only one I like is the third one. The beginning, Rennie Harlan's. I haven't seen it forever, so I don't even know what my opinion is. I could guess, but it's been so long, and this just goes on too long. Like telling her to go deeper and deeper. Now Linda Blair's telling Louise Fletcher to go deeper and deeper. I'm going deeper underground. The fuck's going on in this town? I'm going deeper underground. It just. And we pretty much. It's. You know how there's the phrase show don't tell? There's just telling everything and not showing anything. I'm going to tell you we're in Reagan's room. I'm going to tell you this, tell you that, tell you. People don't want to be told. They want to be shown. Now you could do that where, like for example, the Blair Witch Project, 1999. You never see the witch, so it makes your mind imagine more. That's a way of not showing and being more effective, but this, not the case. Of course, Richard Bernier is investigating the death of Marin, Father Marin, Max von Sydow's theater. What happened? What was it called? Now, granted, why you would do this fucking 4 years later? I'm like, 4 years now you looked into this investigation? Not 4 days, but 4 years later? Yeah, it's been 4 years. Now let's look into the death of this priest. 4 years. Wow, you think cops are slow? Shit. And you think cops are fucking slow on their job? And yeah, it just feels like not much is really happening. Her heart, kind of like Max von Sydow in the first movie, her heart. So maybe she was feeling what Max von Sydow did. Now, how the fuck? Like, he doesn't know anything about this, but yet he's the expert to bring Louise Fletcher back. Wouldn't she be more of an expert in her doing it? But she's not the star of the film. So it's like, hey, I know you've never done this before, and she's in trouble, so I'm gonna put you in here. You don't know what's going on. I'm gonna put these wires on you. That look ridiculous, like a '50s movie, sci-fi movie, and listen to your tone and make it go deeper. It's just such a weird concept. Now I will say this is kind of an interesting visual where he's able to see there because there's her double, and I could clearly tell it's her double. I could clearly tell that's not her. Like face wise, I could tell that's not Linda Blair. So I guess we're going to show how he died. But it's not something that really needed to be shown. And again, you could tell it's Linda Blair's double. Like, you could clearly tell. With the state of DVDs, and I'm sure if Blu-ray, I don't know if this has a. Is this the Blu-ray that has features? I wonder. Kind of curious now. And this is Max von Sydow's contribution. And you see his last remaining moments. But it's like we kind of already got that, so. But I mean, it's on the marketing to showcase Max von Sydow was in it. Okay. So there's a special edition. I'm curious what's on it. Obviously, I'm watching this on the DVD like I showed, but I'm just curious. Um, Damn. Have a little heart. Again, there's just this whole thing is just a weird way to showcase all that. The Heretic was released shortly before congressional hearings concerning the CIA's mind control and behavioral modification program, so the film can also be viewed for what will be revealed about experimental hypnosis later that summer. Hmm. There's a commentary with John. There's a 118-minute cut of the film. There's a 102-minute cut of the film. This one is an hour and 57 minutes, so I guess that cut of the film, I guess. 118, that's, yeah. Yeah, hour and 58, so hour 57:32. Barn recorded this track when he was 85, and his memory of film is quite good. Unfortunately, there are frequent gaps throughout it. Scott Bosco, the project consultant, is well versed in the production and reception of the film. He gives a lot of useful facts on the history of the versions. Linda Blair. She reminisces on her magnificent experience of working with Richard Burton. Her experience of working with John Borman, however, is a different experience altogether. She talks about the initial excellent script she read, but doesn't expound on the discrepancies it has with what was ultimately shot. Editor Tom Priestley talks of his methods for cutting using the moviola. So pretty much two commentaries, interview with Linda Blair and a little interview with the editor. And then on the 102-minute cut, another commentary by Mike White of the Production Booth blog. Delivers a feature-length track on his appreciation of the film. The teaser, the trailer, black and white stills, deleted scene photos, color stills, poster lobby cards, behind the scenes gallery. So, hey, even this film has its fans. Like you said, every film has a fan. Every single film you could think of has their fans. Again, Martin Scorsese does seem like he hates the film. Kind of cares about something. Let's see. Linda Blair agreed to star because of Richard Burton. Hmm. Let's see. Linda Blair recounts the days when Richard Burton began reading off of cue cards to complete his scenes, which she had called the new norm. Theories posit that it could have something to do with the massive amount of script rewrites taking place during filming. Another theory is that Richard Burton, a known alcoholic, began hitting the bottle as tensions increased and morale among the cast crew began to waver. According to Linda Blair, Richard Burton had started off fine, but frequently showed up drunk between the middle and final parts of the filming. Well, there you go. I thought I read somewhere that Quentin Tarantino actually didn't mind this film either. But I guess I was wrong because I can't find it. But Go figure. So, yeah, there was a fire. Richard Burton took it out. And yeah, sorry about the cats and stuff. Some list about directors who love films you never think they would, like Terrence Malick quotes Zoolander's dialogue. Or the last film after Hitchcock watched was Spotty the Bandit. And Tarantino liked Thor Ragnarok. Huh, go figure. Well, I mean, I had to watch Thor Ragnarok for what it is. Alright. And sorry about that. I keep doing this because I don't want to be just, duh, I'm not saying anything, duh. Because I know that's really lame to do for a commentary, but and it's getting pretty late, so fair warning, don't get darker. But I mean, just me and a poster, so there's really not much you're missing. Poster in the back, some other stuff, so you're not missing a whole lot. So now, we're going to have a dream of locusts. Wet dreams of locusts. It's a weird wet dream, not my kind of wet dream. Or even dry dream, just not my kind of dream at all. The camera almost hit that guy in the face. Let me get as close to you, Biz. I just want to see that shot of like the locust right in front of the camera. Again, you look at scenes like that, and you can't put scenes like that, and it just makes people fucking laugh. Then she gets up and looks over, and then lies down on the fucking bed, and now we go back to here. And she's really, you know. Of course, it makes you wonder, well, why did it take 4 years for this to happen? What has it been doing for 4 years? Because the hypnosis probably, and her undergoing that, triggered something. Of course, the building, it's supposed to be the building suspense here, where will she go off the building as she's in this trance of the stuff here. And I like that's not the last time we see Mats von Sydow. That's right, because we get a little bit of him in this backstory. I mean, commend this is the reflection behind, like all these reflections. You have to make sure it doesn't catch the camera. Unless it did, I don't notice it. So Mats von Sydow studying this group, how it's battling locusts, and yeah, she just walked through the thing. Yeah, she did. She just walked through the damn thing. Or am I tripping? Maybe I'm tripping. Maybe I'm tripping, but I swear she walked through the thing. I mean, maybe I was seeing things. But yeah. They die for those birds. I would say not every movie needs a sequel, but I like the Exorcist 3, so really do like that one. That's a very commendable one. Let's see, I'm looking at the trailer here. Yeah, it's funny because usually in the back of these DVDs they find like one review to put on there, a positivity, and there's none on this DVD. And of course, alternate opening sequence and a trailer on this old. And I know people hate these clamshell DVDs. I don't know why. I like them quite a bit. Apparently people had all these issues. I never had an issue with these. I liked how sturdy they feel. I think they sit well on a shelf. Easier to grab because of how sturdy. I actually like the little clip thing. And it gives a little bit of extra bit of business. And then usually because of this, there'll be something on the back there. Picture, scene selections. Yeah, Warner Brothers mainly did this, but I like these snapper cases. I never really understood the hate for them. But there you go, that's how I interested them in the movie, talking about snapper cases. And yeah, it's going to get darker, but it's The Exorcist 2. Fuck it. Fuck it. Yeah, no a whole lot happening in this movie either. So I guess with this movie, with Richard Bird, you could say spot the drunk and play that game. Spot the drunk. Is he drunk at this scene or not? The father, blah, blah. Say what? I knew about it. How do you know that? Told his name? It told you did. I will say, even with that, Richard Burton still gives a more interesting performance than anybody in The Exorcist Believer. I'll give you that. Even drunk, Richard Burton still. I would still rather watching them than anybody in The Exorcist Believer. Maybe I'm drunk because I can't even say The Exorcist right. But yeah, it's just a sequel. I mean, you just say, I know the common phrase is you don't need a sequel, but anybody could say, do you truly ever need a sequel? Very, very rarely. But you make the sequel, of course, to make more money on a property, and every once in a while you get a good one. Just statistics. And there's a lot of sequels I like. Aliens, yes. Terminator 2, good sequel. But there's a lot of sequels I enjoy. In one way or another. Nightmare on Elm Street 2, 3, 4. I like to watch Freddy's Dead. I like West Dreams New Nightmare. Friday the 13th. Most of them I like to watch, except Part 8. Hellraiser 2. Hellbound Hellraiser 2. Hellraiser 3. Hellraiser 4 is growing on me a little bit. Lethal Weapon 2, Lethal Weapon 3. Lethal Weapon 4 is not as bad as I remember compared to a lot of other sequels. Rambo First Blood Part 2, Rambo 3. The list goes on and on and on. So, and even The Exorcist 3 is my favorite. It's really the only one of the bunch I like. Like I said, I haven't seen the beginning in a long, long time. The Rennie Harlan, and I know there's the other version, Dominion. Was it Paul Schrader? You can't put the Lotus in there as just like this Lotus just being a spy cam on Richard Burton. You know, people will see that and it looks ridiculous to the audience. It has nothing about good and whatever the hell John Borman was spouting about in that written interview. It has nothing to do with that. It was, you know, for your, I don't know, was it supposed to be creepy? Was it supposed to be, what was it supposed to be? Like, what? It wasn't, it just, all of a sudden here's a Lotus. They don't make that noise, but whatever. They should. Should put that in the movie. It is, it's, but no, this is not a good film, and I do not call this a good film, and I do not call this an underrated film. Not in the slightest. And I do think, yes, the first Exorcist is better than this. I may not be a fan of the first one, but like I said, I don't think that's a bad movie. This is a bad movie. It was ill-conceived. You could tell they had really nowhere else to go. The third one did, with the Patient X, and it's really Jason Miller, and okay, it's a different take on it. He was the last one possessed. What if somehow he was still in there and used the body to do these hideous things, and also made a deal with Brad Dourif's character, and what was it, they died on the same night, I believe, and was pissed at this guy for saving the girls, so I'm going to punish him. It's interesting. Not this fucking strobe light fever. Just ridiculous to me. Ridiculous. Just don't understand the reasoning and rationalizing of this. Stop humping the air. I know they're doing a ritual, but like, perhaps the swarm comes because of the boy. Does great goodness draw evil onto itself? So, forgot how the Matt Van Sydow was in this more than I remember. And you definitely tell they put makeup on him in the first one, because he looks a lot younger in this. Which makes sense, it's supposed to be earlier. You know, way before the first movie. But yeah, it just makes me realize just how much they put onto Max von Sydow. I don't know, with the lighting, makeup, whatever it is. And here he does look a decent bit younger, without needing CGI or anything. So, nice. So this is supposed to be the same demon, Pazuzu. Was this the first film to say the name Pazuzu? I know there's the statue we see in the first movie, but I don't know if we ever heard the name Pazuzu. If that's the case, it's interesting that this is the film In Exorcist 2, Pazuzu is named as the demon. So I believe this was in the novels. So this was in the novel. So they took the name from the novel. So you don't hear that name. And I can't really blame William Friedkin for not putting that name in there because it does sound like a ridiculous. I understand personification of the southwestern wind and held kingship over the Lilu wind demons. So this is not a name they came up with. Oh yeah, the falling. Like some of this falling did look ridiculous. You could tell it's a dummy. And I get the idea of horrifying that someone falls and then they stuck between these caverns, but the way that some of the dummy work and stuff, it does look ridiculous. You tell it looks like a dummy. Like, so that part came off as more laughable. Pazuzu, while yes, it's a name used in history, was in the novel. There's a reason why William Friedkin did not use the name because no matter how you do it, no matter how you explain it, Pazuzu just sounds funny to some people, including me. Pazuzu, Zuzuzuzu, Pazuzu, picnic basket, boo boo, boo boo. Do you have a Pazuzu? Up your cahoots, up your choo choo, Pazuzu. Hey Pazuzu. That's a really bad jump cut. Because he's doing this and such an obvious jump cut. Like, that's an obvious. I mean, the Wolfman, the 40 transition looked more smoother than that. But Marin saved him. And yeah, they're obsessed with Lotus. Again, the fucking big locust that is going towards the camera, it just makes it much more fucking laughable. Share my wings. Oh my god. It just looks so fucking stupid and dumb. It's different. It's unique. It's not just a carbon copy, I'll give you that. But just just it's hard not to laugh at. But it's some kind of entertainment. And there's a budget behind it. Like some of these shots aren't that bad looking. I mean, they should be on National Geographic. But this is like not bad looking shots, showcase over the water. But it just again, I don't know if it should be in this fucking movie. Like here, the camera work. Like this camera kind of is like Evil Dead before Evil Dead. You think about it, where the way camera's going through and tracking everybody, turning these corners. It's like if you make it a little bit faster, it would be like Evil Dead. But then you got James Earl Jones coming out in this outfit and then roaring like a leopard. That was a line, but he says leopard. It just comes off as like, okay, sure, you say so. It just comes off as fucking silly. Comes off as silly. Maybe I have my phone here a bit so you see a little bit. I just don't want to turn the light on because it's so damn hot. Even with the AC, it's so damn hot. And there's still an hour left of this fucking movie, man. Holy shit. God damn it, man. There's an hour left of this fucking movie. shit. Oh my god. Is that a fucking seal statue thing? I didn't even notice that. It's like fucking seal statue. What the fuck? And the Blair's like, what the fuck's wrong with you? She's autistic. So withdrawn means you're autistic? Can't talk. Oh wait, so she can hear her, but probably nobody else can because of her demon powers. Okay, is it going? It's been a while since I've seen this. So that's how it is. Like I was possessed by a demon, but gone now. So now she can talk. So now everybody can hear her. So what, the demon power gave her the power to help this girl talk? So what, the demon decided to have an ice cream day? Or are we supposed to believe like Raiden herself has powers? And then the demon, I don't know, she's Carol Ann? I don't fucking know. So, I don't fucking know, man. What did you do? Just start talking to her. I love it, like Richard Burr's like, what the fuck did you do? She was talking inside and then she started talking outside. Doesn't make sense. I started talking inside? How are you fooling other people's heads? How did she fool with the kid's head? All she did was say hi. The fuck? I. Fuck if I know. Fuck if I know. I don't know shit. She entered her mind? Okay, so her mother's away. Away from way to where? You must fight the demon inside her. It teaches of a spiritual power. I'm not a fascinated, but I know the dangers. Father Man was afraid he slipped into admiration. Okay, I know Richard Burr doesn't talk like that, but you know, trying to get that energy out. I'll have the light on for, you know, so it won't be too annoying for people. I'll keep the movie playing. It's not like you're missing much. Not missing much of shit. I have to get this. I have a poster I gotta put back too. Hello, father. Hello, mother. Where the fuck are we going? Where the fuck are we going? Are we doing? I have no idea. Man. No, priests believe in PEDOs. At least seems some do. Not ESP. PEDOs. Wrong letters. I mean, Richard Bird, yeah, I looked at where he was in his career, and he's like, hey, I get to star in a movie that's going to be a big budget studio film, that's going to get a lot of recognition, and you're hoping that, it's going to be on the level of the first one. But if the script got rewritten over and over and over again. If Linda Blair said the original script was excellent, then what were the differences? There you go. What were the differences between the two? And now Linda Blair came back at the end of Exorcist Believer, and now I could just. They'll do those sequels even though the film's not doing well. Those sequels are going to happen because they paid a lot of money. And they paid enough money, they're not going to just falter with one movie. They're going to do others. Because we'll get back on board and we'll save face and blah, blah, blah. And there'll still be people interested. Linda Blair will get in the movie. How big of a part, I don't know, but she'll be in it more in the second time with a shotgun running around to chase Pazuzu, just like Laurie Strode chasing Michael Myers, or it was supposed to be the character from Texas Chainsaw Massacre chasing Leatherface, and that Netflix one that sucked. Like, that one is way worse than this. I'd rather watch this than any of David Gordon Green's Halloween movies. I'm being serious. Because both I find boring, but this one I find more laughable. I wouldn't call this lazy. Misinformed in a way, but not lazy. I would not call the film lazy. It just is trying hard, but in the wrong direction. I don't know how else to put it. Still look at top billions, huh? Just jump. Yeah, is this really the best way to get up here? Like, there's no way to put some ladders or some rope. Well, there's a little bit of rope there, but I mean, more than that. Guess not. And Sally, I just saw on the news here, Burt Young from Rotti, Polly, he just passed away, which, rest in peace to him. Yeah, that sucks even more than this movie. It's too bad. Rest in peace to Burt Young. Yeah. Just how it goes, Sally. Shut up, stomach. It's bad that I haven't fed it yet. I'll feed it after this movie. Just do I have to wait? This is more of this ritual shit going on. I don't know why I keep thinking either Indiana Jones is going to come out to find the Sankara stones, or I keep thinking of a chance going on in Cool Runnings. Is even Richard Burton begging for a drink? I mean, I know you're an alcoholic, dude, but you don't need this drink that badly. These guys are probably like, "What the fuck are you saying, dude? Do you think I speak English?" Like, this god speaks all languages, right? That'd be funny if there's like one language he still can't get. I can't get Japanese. Can't quite catch it yet. I'm trying. So she's telling Louise Fletcher that Reagan's always on the roof. Pretty damn rich ass penthouse. That's what it looks like. Like, how much does this fucking cost? It looks like a damn good penthouse. Oh, how much this fucking place costs? But yeah, there's just like not much happening. Just the pacing. It just felt like the third film knew how to pace itself. You either had the creepy bits of Patient X and what was going on the outside, or these weird dream sequences, or these conversations between George C. Scott and Brad Dourif that just really sold the film. Because I won't let you go to the NSYNC concert, what? Oh, NSYNC, the strobe pulverizer, whatever the fuck it's called. Whatever the fuck, pulverizer? The synchronizer. Pulverizer. This is a pulverizer! This is a new toy. Sex toy. Who made sex toys? Sex, SEX. T-O-O. Someone called Bad Dragon. I don't know what the fuck that is. I don't want to hear it. I don't want no dragons. Sorry. Not my cup of tea. See what you're doing, movie? Now you're making me look up weird shit. Weird shit I don't give a fuck about. God damn it. Oh my god. I keep thinking this phone's gonna swallow me up. Swallow me up in this fucking movie, man. God damn it. You don't get down there, I'm gonna hang you with it. With that chain. God, Richard Burton, move. You don't go down either. You don't die. You're not the star of the film, so you're gonna die. Like the one guy that fell and got stuck in the wall. This guy got his own chair. This guy's like, fuck that. I don't need to climb down. I'm on a chair. And they cut to like Linda Blair in this like 1940 tap dancing routine with these suits. Like, what the fuck? Such a weird ass transition and a weird ass thing to do. Even in 1970, was this a common thing in 1977? To just have people in blocky white suits tap dancing, you know. Can you imagine people doing that nowadays in some kind of school? They would call you a fucking loser and a bunch of other names. Nothing against people who want to tap dance. I have nothing against that. I'm saying with how a lot of people behave nowadays. You know that's how it would be. Makes you wonder, what the fuck is Richard Burton really looking for out here? I can't remember what the fuck he's looking for. He's looking for something. He's looking for a bottle of tequila. I don't know. There's the dead guy. Okay, you found the body. Now what? I flew with Pazuzu in a trance. They probably don't know what the fuck hypnosis is. Great, so you made them think you're a devil worshipper. Congrats on that. I know they're supposed to laugh at the thunk on the head, and for somehow she feels what Richard Burton feels now? Why? Like, why does she now feel what Richard Burton feels? Because they went in that trance thing, but then she also go in there with Louise Fletcher, so wouldn't she feel what Louise Fletcher feels as well? You do tell the script was rewritten because it just does whatever the fuck it wants. It starts feeling what Richard Burton feels for some reason. Or she's able to look in people's minds and help people talk, so it's like a good thing she did, but at the same time, like she has a power of a demon to look in people's mind, but she's able to do it. What, she got a superpower, or I don't know what the fuck. I don't think this movie knows what the fuck it wants to be. It's one of the issues. One of the problems. One of the big problems of the film. It doesn't know what the fuck he wants to do or wants to be. So yeah, it's just not much consistent about it. So it was like all that for nothing, really. All that going there, find the body. It was like all for fucking nothing. Didn't accomplish shit. What the fuck? The fuck is this? Your special delivery, here's your cross. Go climb on it. Yeah, what the hell is this? Like I said, I haven't seen this film in over. If whenever I reviewed it, I don't remember. Oh, Ned Beatty. I know every holy place in Africa. Well, yeah, he worked with John Borman in Deliverance, so it makes sense you'd want to work with John Borman again. Of course, in Deliverance, it was the squeal like a pig, and he got cornholed. But yeah, he's been in a lot of stuff. He was in the 1990 Captain America movie. Here it is. Let me look up all the films he's been in. Again, good actor, good character actor. Passed away in 2021. Which is too bad. 83 years old. So yeah, you got All the President's Men. That's a good one. Silver Street with Richard Pryor and Gene Wilder. Like he was in Deliverance. One of his first films actually was Deliverance. Superman is Otis. Otisburg. Otisburg. It's just a little thing there, just a little thing. Just a little place. Mr. Luther. Mr. Luther. Mr. Luther. So, 1941, Spielberg's film The Toy, speaking of Richard Pryor, which I do like the film. Back to School as the Dean. I do like that Rodney Dangerfield film. Rolling Vengeance. That's the one where the guy wants revenge on these hillbillies and takes his monster truck. Ned is the main bad guy. I remember the line where someone looks at an injury and he's being a smart ass because people ask, how'd you get that? And he's like, I was in the shower and I slicked on my dick. Purple People Eater. God, I forgot about that movie. With Neil Patrick Harris. One-eyed Purple People Eater. Repossessed. Rudy. Oh, he was the villain in Toy Story 3. It seemed like he was in a lot more movies, but he's a guy that definitely popped up. I would say Superman is definitely what I remember him the most is Otis. And probably Deliverance as well, if you remember him from. So now I'm going to try to find James Earl Jones. Which is in this whole journey that he's going on, just again, sorry about the cat. I think the cat knows I'm watching this movie and is trying to ask for mercy. Please don't watch this anymore. Come on out. And I'm like, I cannot. I have to finish. And I keep looking at my phone because there's nothing happening on screen worth a shit. It's just so that I don't just keep staring titties. African titties. African titties. Titties, titties. So, Mr. Richard Burton, do you want these titties or not? $5 a pair. Or $2 each. He's like, eh. He'll slowly get up there to James Earl Jones eventually, I guess. Fucking eventually. Maybe, eventually. Kokomo. Down in Kokomo. Ask Tom Cruise. He'll know where Kokomo's at. Hey, I wanna see ya. Down in Kokomo. That's where we'll go. Down in Kokomo. My dream name. Why does Pazuzu want him to go to this guy? So I guess like because they're connected, and he saw the fucking Lotus thing, so they're connected. That's why she was able to feel the hits and that stupid blinding light. You know there ain't no fucking light there anymore, but I just like, well, we can't have. She doesn't want to put on the makeup anymore, so have her this shit. Isn't it like a dream? And yeah, James Earl Jones has a big old hat. Looks like fucking locust. A giant locust head. There was something I read somewhere where James Earl Jones didn't really want to come back to dub his lines. He's not really. Which is funny because he's most famous for dubbing someone else, a la dubbing David Prowse for Darth fucking Vader in Star Wars. So, go figure. Go fucking figure. If Pazuzu comes for you, I will spit a leopard. And he spits a fucking, what is it, tomato or something? I mean, there are ways to move your feet that you're not stepping on the nails. There's evened out well enough that you can fucking step on them without stepping on the nail. At least that's what I look in that shot. Maybe not in the other shot. And this is how James Earl Jones really is. He's a doctor. Maybe this is why James Earl Jones took this role, one, for a payday, and two, to play, he's a researcher. Smart, intelligent man. But what the fuck how that led from him seeing him on a giant fucking lotus head on him, falling, and then somehow now he's here. And what did James O. Jones and his wife coach just stare at Richard Burton staring and look around? Hello? Hey, can you hear me, Richard? Hello? Hello? And he just falls and fucking whatever. It's like, fuck you, whatever, dude, whatever, man. Christ almighty. Yeah, I see a bunch of locusts fuck. That's what I want to see. I want to see a bunch of locusts fuck. I want to see a bunch of other shit. Some goddamn reason. Yeah, go breed them. Keep breeding as much as you want, dude. Yeah, the good locust. My God, man. Don't ask me to try to explain what the fuck that all happened with any of that shit. With he saw a vision. I guess he took a leap of faith to not be afraid, but then he's now with James O. Jones, the scientist, and he's all this locust talk. And what did that really? What did he really find out? So don't bring a bunch of locusts and put them in her face or up her nose, or what did that really truly accomplish? Because I don't fucking know. Yeah, keep cutting to the airplane. Just keep coming back to the fucking airplane. We did. The plane's landing. The plane, boss. The plane. The plane. The plane, boss. The plane. I did it. I did it. I did it. I did it. The plane, boss. The plane. The plane is coming. Gray's come back, now what? Got to this fucking museum of art. Yeah, okay, what did he tell you? Good and evil are struggling within you. We must fight it. Wow, that's a lot of good information, man. The badge she has almost looks like the poster for Fright Night 2. the the poster with the white, the they would have been like the VHS cover or something. Like the badge she was carrying looked like, Fright Night Part 2 poster. The Fugitive River. Oh, we got this device again. Yeah, I'm sorry I keep looking at my phone, but it's like, looking at this shit. It's like, I might as well be, it's the same fucking thing I'm looking at. My phone or this. Just them staring. And I'm staring at this. This is, they're staring at each other with bright lights, bright lights. Where's Gizmo? Warn about the bright lights. So there's Bats Von Sydow saying, "You're dying. You dying, motherfucker, you're dying." He's like, "Oh yeah? Well, fuck you too." Satan has sent Pazuzu to destroy this goodness. If you say so. I don't know, man. Dude, there's 20 minutes left of this fucking film, man. It feels like just going nowhere quick and fast. Just goddamn, man. Holy shit. And Louise Fletcher just wasted in this. She's like given like nothing to really do. Pretty much just kind of lollygag around and be like, yep, this is my place, this is my synchronizer. Not much beat to the matter, though. I don't know, man. Straight in his fucking stupor. Do you have any money? Yes, just steal his shit and leave. Tickets, please. Tickets. Oh, so now he's like affected by it. The demon, or whatever the fuck. After that strobe thing. I don't even know what the fuck the demon wants anymore. The demon wants her, but then wants to possess him. But then what the fuck else? And then for some reason we have this guy with blood on his hands. And what the fuck else? The point of this? Like, what was the whole point of that? Guess we find out. I guess because we have to have her not get there quick enough. We have to have her not get there till whenever the fuck. No, I can't feel it, and I don't know what the fuck you're doing. It fills me. Yeah, I'm sure it fills me too, dude. It fills all of us, the power. Yep, and you gotta pump it out. Pump it all out. Be my guest. Now here's the airplane bit. That was in the trailer. You're wondering what the hell's going on here. If you're watching the trailer, you're like, not a whole fucking lot. Like I said, there's a couple interesting, ambitious elements of this that makes it above Exorcist Believer. And it doesn't feel like just a shit copy. But it's still a really shitty, boring movie, too. Because goddamn. The Good Locust. The Good Locust. I just. Good. Not the Good Son. Not the Good Shepherd. But the Good Locust. Dude, be my fucking guest. Jesus Christ, dude. And my Lord in heaven. My fucking God. So you know, see, he's fat, so that driver has to be eating something while driving, because he's fat. Why is he like 8 Prospect Street? Like, why is he so like, you sure you want to go there? Okay, he has to eat because of this thing. Okay, so that's why. At least they give a bit more as to why he has a sandwich. You know what? Yeah. So Louise Fletcher's just trying to help everybody in her path as a doctor. I mean, even like for a guy like me who's not a fan of the original, that finale where the bed's levitating and the door closes and the door cracks and may the power of Christ compel you. That is some decent stuff in there, at least. This, that's rear projection. You could tell easily this is a rear projection. Which is what they put to make it seem like they're driving. They're really standing still, but you put a screen outside the windows and you let a film roll as if the car's driving somewhere, but it's not. Like right there, they're just sitting still. And that guy, he's just moving this. So the car gets fucked up. Burned is a shitload of locusts. And don't ask me what the fuck's going on. Man, this poor fucking cab driver, man. He was 2 days from retirement. He got 5 kids to feed. No idea. No one asked me what the fuck is going on with this goddamn thing. They just have in the stupor. In this fucking stupor. Yeah, what the fuck's going on? I have no idea. What the fuck's happened? I have no idea. And don't ask me what the fuck's going on here either. Cause I don't know. Fucking. Just don't read this shit. Radiant is able to reach telepathically inside the mind of others. She uses this to help an autistic girl to speak as she waits to see Louise Fletcher. The staff are shot, but the girl's mother is too overjoyed to care. Father Marin, who belonged to a group of people that believed psychic powers were a spiritual gift that would one day be shared by all people, thought people like Kokomo and Radiant were forerunners of this new type of humanity. Marin asks Richard Burton to watch over Radiant. These two return to the old house in Georgetown. The pair are followed by Tatsy, by Louise Fletcher and Sharon, who are concerned about Radiant's safety. Pazuzu tempts him, Richard Burton, by offering him unlimited power, appearing as a succubus who is a doppelganger of Radiant. The taxi crashes to the Georgetown house, killing the driver, but Tuscan and Sharon survive. At the front of the house, Sharon sets herself on fire. Although Richard Burton initially succumbs to the succubus, he is brought back by Radiant and attacks her doppelganger while a swarm of locusts deluges the house, which begins to crumble around them. However, Richard Burton manages to kill the doppelganger by beating open his chest and pulling out its heart. In the end, Radiant banishes the locusts and Pazuzu by enacting the same ritual attempted by Kokomo to get rid of locusts in Africa. Outside the house, Sharon dies from her injuries, and Tuscan tells Lamont to watch over Radiant. Radiant and Lamont leave while Tuscan stays to answer police questions. And this girl, she's in the first Exorcist, and it's like, hey, come back to fuck around and then die at the end. So the evil's trying to get Richard Burton to kill her, and she's some psychic forerunner for humanity. Whatever the fuck. Fuck if I know. So now Richard Burns attacking the other Fate Reagan. Like, she's not gonna have the makeup, she'll do the eyes. Here comes Lotus. I guess this is the good Lotus? And why is this girl just acting weird and being an, I guess Pazuzu is possessing her to kill herself, but not Louise Fletcher? Why is it not making Louise Fletcher burn herself? Why is it wasting its time getting this other girl to burn herself? Like, why? So it made this other girl burn herself, but it's not going to do anything to Louise Fletcher. We got the pretty much POV of the Locust. I guess are these I guess the good Locusts or where the fuck it is. Again, ton of strip rewrites. But again, you put this on a trailer. I would say the trailer of this is actually good. The trailer makes it seem like an event with the music. Nah, nah. It's like, what the fuck? Seems like a lot of stuff's happening. It just, nothing about it makes fucking sense, but. So, it is what it is. And may not make any sense, but oh well, I guess. I don't know, I guess a different way to do a damn, I don't know, exorcism. Damn, there's more going on here than Exorcist Believer, I'll say that. Damn, the whole damn building's crumbling down. Well, you tell they're trying to put as much of a event in this whole thing with the locusts and stuff. And so Linda Blair's going to do her thing that she saw in the. So you don't just have to rip the heart out, but you also have to get the locust to get the fuck out and all this other stuff. I guess. I have to say I guess because I doubt the people made it to barely guess as to what the fuck. Jesus Christ. Shit happens though. You hunger for belief was your truth. Sure. Well, I guess I'm surprised she wasn't dead yet, but now that was a Sharon, now she's dead. The time has come to what? Now we are saved and made strong. The enemy of the human race is subdued. If you say so. It's like try to be like this a big like epic finale. I guess. The world will understand? I don't even fucking understand. Not just the world. I don't fucking understand what happened. Barely understand. Fuck the world. I barely understand. So I guess you're right, the world won't understand, and they didn't. That's why this movie got roasted. Because they didn't fucking understand either. Apparently John Borman doesn't understand why people hated the movie. They wanted it. I'm like, that's not why people hate it, dude. I mean, now why do we have this blinking light again? Like, what's the point of having this blinking white light? Like, what's the point of that? Like, what's the point of having the strobe synchronizer thing? She's in sync with them and believe in what they believe? Is that what it's supposed to mean? Ned, at James O. Jones, you guys were wasted and nothing to do. This film's fucking tough to sit through, man. Holy shit. Exorcist Believer is the worst, but man, this is up there. Where ambitions go astray. With that said, thanks for watching. Take care, guys, and we'll see you later. Bye-bye.